far, we have seen examples where we are multiplying with 10, 100, 1,000, etc., where the first digit is always a 1. What do we do if the number does not begin with a 1? To multiply by a multiple of 10 that begins with something other than a 1, we are first going to multiply the non-zero digits together, and then we're going to add the number of zeros to the end of the product. So let's look at an example. What if we are multiplying together a number like 23 and then times 2,000? So far we've looked at problems where we would multiply 23 times 1,000, and then we would simply put the 23 with the 3 zeros after it. But in this case, when I have a number that's a multiple of 10 but begins with a number other than 1, what I do is I multiply together the non-zero digits. So first I'm simply going to multiply together 23 times 2. Well, 23 times 2 equals 46. And so I place my 46 first, and then I count the number of zeros in my multiple of 10, and I add that many zeros to the end of this product. So I simply, after the 46, am going to place 3 zeros. And I did the simple calculation of 23 times 2, and I simply added up how many zeros there were in my problem, and I placed them there in the answer. So it's a very simple way of multiplying when working with multiples of 10. Let's look at another example of multiplying with multiples of 10. Our example tells us here to multiply 150 times 300,000. At first, this looks like a very difficult problem with two such large numbers. But if we look a little bit more carefully, we can see that we have two multiples of 10 together here. That means that both of our numbers has a 0 or zeros at the end. So that tells us that these are both multiples of 10. And what we're going to do is use the same technique that we've learned, where we are going to multiply first our non-zero numbers. So first, I'm simply going to take the 15 from my first number. The non-zero numbers are the 1 and the 5, and then with a 0 at the end. And the only non-zero number in 300,000 is 3. So 15 times 3. 15 times 3 equals 45. That is a simple calculation. Now all I need to do is take that 45, and at the end I am going to add as many zeros as I count in both of my numbers. So I take my product and then I add the total number of zeros that are at the end of both of my numbers. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There are 6 zeros at the ends of my numbers here, and I simply add 6 zeros to the product of 15 times 3, which is 45. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And I want to add my commas in, so I move 3 over here and add a comma, 3 over here and add a comma. And I can see that I've simply calculated a very difficult problem by using this trick. And 150 times 300,000 is equal to 45 million.